Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Baz and this is WELDERFABBER and this is my little brother, DTM. Dan.
How we doing? And the DTM dog.
Well Marlo, now then, what have you been buying?
Well, you know I like these vans, don't you?
Well, they've actually been a good van, haven't they?
So I bought another one.
You bought another?
I bought another and I've got another on order.
So you're getting three?
I'm getting three in total.
Three in total.
So I've just changed the Citroen that we had. It's only had it about 12 months.
Renewing the fleet.
Renewing the fleet. Oh,
one's here now.
Here he is, van number one. So I bought this one, when did I get this now? Was it March? I got this one in March. This has been Rick's van. Cracking van, to be fair.
Couple of months ago.
Yeah, a few.
Fit money, they're belting, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a 8 van, so.
Another one?
Yeah, I've got you another.
That'll be better than mine.
Hey.
Oh, it is.
Hey, he's got Android Play.
Android Auto.
Android Auto, automatic handbrake.
Apple Play though, because this one's got.
It's got a different grille. Different grille, automatic handbrake.
Have you found it, Rick, this?
Yeah, it's really comfy. Yeah.
Bang on.
Yeah, bang on.
Oh, we've lost the dog. Dog's in there.
Marlo's having a sniff
Yeah,
around it.
Marlo.
He'll be able to smell Monty, won't he?
He will be able to smell Monty, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got the reg put on this one now.
So what's crack? You think you're giving that to Tab?
I'm thinking of giving it to Tab, but after what he did to the last one, I might just keep this one for myself and get rid of it. Let's go.
So renewing the fleet and keeping on top of the fleet is always good. I reckon it's always good for the customers to see you're turning up in decent vehicles with decent equipment to get the job done. Now then, we've also done. Now the crusher's gone. In fact, I'll play a little video in a minute of the crusher going because Muick did pick that up on a Saturday morning. We can get these moved.
Yes. Let's get them moved and get this fence up.
I've been on phone to Jack this morning, Jack Miller. He says his rotator can pick 40 tonne up. Now then, we know one of these weighs more than 12 tonne, so Hiab won't pick it up. So we'll come down with a rotator and a wagon and a trailer and we'll move him round the corner, yeah?
Yeah.
So I'll try and get that done this week, possibly next week, if we can. And then we're looking at putting a fence up all the way across. Maybe a big sliding gate, I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah, sliding gate.
Cantilever gate.
Like a bifolding type one at one end maybe, so we can open it right up.
So what I was also thinking, Dan, and do you know what, Millers, you know that dome shed that they've got?
Yeah.
Either get one of them, so we've got like another for spraying or something.
Yeah.
Doing the odd bucket work. Or get one with a sheet over it.
Yeah.
Just to...
Well, they're happy for us to do that, weren't they, landlord? So yeah, it'd be a good idea, that.
See, that'll put a big lean-to there against that back wall.
Yeah.
Put a frame up and a big lean-to. And maybe like bring it round the corner. I don't know this, we're just thinking out loud here.
It only needs to be temporary, doesn't it? Not temporary permanent. It doesn't need to have sides on it and everything.
That's what I mean, if we got a dome, we could take it with us if we're ever to move.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway, it's just in thinking stages, so we'll get the containers moved, get it all the yard cleaned up and then see where we're at.
Where's my dog gone?
I could do reconcreting really, but especially next to the door.
We don't know what it's like underneath these, do it? It might be okay.
Probably will be alright. It probably will be alright. It's only that really in front of the door that needs doing there. Hey up, trouble's here.
Mrs. is here. All right, sweetheart.
Don't like being on camera.
It's gone camera shy.
Well, let's see where Cal, Dean and Frank are up to with the attachments for clearing the jaw box out on the crusher for Jones Brothers. So today is a good day as Muick and his son have turned up to collect the crusher. And this is the first time I've met Muick. Spoke to him plenty of time on the phone. How are you, lad? How are we doing?
Not so bad, thank you, and yourself?
I'm good, pal, good. Have you been waiting to get this back?
We've got a bit of work for Eddie in the yard for it.
Have you got plenty of work through to go at?
Yeah, we've got a few 100 tons to put through it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Right. Well, just keep your eye on that bearing casing, do you know what I mean? And then as soon as it lands, the new part, we'll come down and fit that. All right, it's a shame that we only found that really up towards the end, isn't it?
Well, one of them things, isn't it?
Look at that, what a proper truck that is. How many of them have you got?
Sorry?
How many trucks have you got?
12.
12?
Yeah.
And that's your son, yeah?
That's my son.
Is it David?
Jared.
Jared.
Jared, yeah.
How do you say that?
I RHIRYD.
Oh, that's it. I mean, I had to send some merch out to somebody in Wales the other day and I just couldn't pronounce the address. Let's see this hook up now. What weight's in that crusher?
She's about 15, 16 ton.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, pull her on, yeah. And the crusher's finally going. After about, it's been here about 3 months now. And my little princess has just turned up here, as it is a Saturday morning. You're going to put it straight to work?
Monday morning, probably.
Monday morning? Yeah.
It won't be today.
Just charge battery's gone flat on it and we're ready to go, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, pal. And as soon as that part comes in, we'll be down to fit it, yeah? Alright, I just want to make sure it's right. It's always nice to check a crusher, putting material through the jaw before it actually leaves.
We need a day's notice so we can put the kettle on, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll go and have some lunch, and that, alright? Are you happy with the work we've done?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Great.
Good man. Have you been watching it on the channel and on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah, good lad. That's the thing, people watch the daily stores on Instagram so they know where the job is actually up to. And once we get them containers moving, we're going to have a lot more yard space. Off she goes. What a lovely, lovely fella. I'm actually looking forward to going down to Wales and doing a bit of work for them men when we get down there. Crusher gone, and like I said, Saturday morning. And what's the most important thing in the world? And who are you on the phone to there, my princess?
Millie.
And then you're playing Fortnite, as always. So there's nothing more important in life than your kids. To be honest with you, that is the most important thing I could ever. You've only really made it in life if your kids want to come and see you when you get old. Always remember that, people. So now I'm going to have a nice day with my daughter and go and pick a little.
Right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to show Dean how to use the gas when it comes to the cutting. So we're going to cut these bolts off, we can strip this down, get the next one put together real quick.
Cal's done a little bit of teaching there with Dean on how to use the gas. He is only semi-skilled on that side of things, whereas he is a qualified welder. Time served. So we decided not to use any of that bottom section there was just too much of it that wouldn't really go back together. So we're just going to weld a new plate to that cradle, make a bigger plate to go around that so we get a good hold of it all the way around there, and weld it all around the inside, and then just basically make another pole the same as this one here. As we're welding that to that plate, and that plate's going back to that cradle. So Frank's welded this up, and we can use the little crane that we got from Lloyd's Wheel just to pick that plate up and hook it onto the end of that there. That crane does make the world of difference when working on a bench. That bench really could do to come this way a little bit. We are waiting on 2 jobs coming in. One from DNT Contractors, which is an aluminium body that we need to raise the sides on. One is a skip, roll-on, roll-off body from Archie at Moorfield plant. Both of them should have been here this morning, so this is why we're kind of jumping on these to get these done quick and out of the way, and then we'll jump onto them jobs, although we'll jump onto them in between anyway. Oh, by the way, we've got some new workwear for the lads. Silk screen this, whereas the other ones was more of a print that would come off after time. Now then, this won't come off in the wash, no matter how many times you wash it. So we've got the lads' t-shirts and hoodies just to wear in the workshop. We are going to get some red ones, and we are coming out with a new hat design, which will be out very soon on WELDERFABBER.com.
How's his foot? Miles better.
You're right now.
Back to good now, back to full speed, aren't you, little dog?
Surprisingly well, a little bit of antibiotics will do. Oh, by the way, I've got the bridge for Millers.
Yeah.
Alright, so I mentioned in the previous chapter that we're going to make it in 2 sections, 2 3-metre sections. Now I've decided to make it in 4 1.5 metre sections that are bolted together. Transport, don't need a movement order, and it'd be easy to dip in galvanised bath.
Yeah, it'll go in, no problem, yeah.
Yeah, 1500 by 9 metres.
Yeah.
So we're not going to have any issues with that, are we?
No, I think it's a 12 metre bath.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it should be fine.
So
I'm not sure what the depth is though.
We're doing it in 2 sections. That'll be like basically 7.5 tonne per section, 9 metres by 3 metres. Struggling because you'd have to double dip it in some baths. So we're splitting it into 4 sections. We're not reducing any loadings. We're just going to connect it together on site with some bolts. Dead easy. That'd be easy enough, won't it?
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake. Also, it'll be a lot easier for us to move around with a 5-tonne forklift within this workshop, as we only have a 5-tonner, a side loader and a little 1.5 tonner. So with it being in 2 sections, it would probably weigh 7.5 tonne. So bit of a no-no to be in it workshop.
Yeah.
So that's the only bit salvageable from the second attachment that we got in. And what we're going to do, we're going to weld this plate to it and weld that to the spike that we make. Which Frank is well on with the first one now. You can see basically on the plasma at the moment we're making that plate. And when you get a little jib crane in like this, makes the job so much easier. Big shout out to Lloyd's Wheel. Alright, Frank? And the truck has just arrived from DNT Contractors. Let's go and take a look. So it's already got a high body on it, and it wants to be 450mm higher. All the way around. Although I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with tailgate yet. The sides are a little bit bald, so we'll have to pull them in as we land our new steel sections. That headboard, it might not actually need that headboard on now, but the sheeting system falls in it, so I guess we will. We'll have to put that headboard back on higher up. Something I didn't spot first time round. Well, you won't be able to see on camera, but that side's board, so we'll pull them in as we do it. I think I'll have to get a little scaffolding to do this job, it's a bit high. Suppose we can make the two sides and that on the benches. Got some aluminium in on the trailer there. There's our big Dave. There's some. Now then, people give me a bit of stick for Big Dave. They call him your labourer, don't they, Dave?
Well, that's all I am, just a labourer.
That's all you are, just a labourer. But what people don't realise is that labourers are key members of staff. When I say labourer and Dave says I'm just a labourer, that's all Dave wants to be, a labourer. Is that right, Dave?
It is.
Yeah, so you know, we've offered him to go on courses, welding, doing everything, but he doesn't want to do it. He just wants to do what he does, day in, day out, come to work, does his bit like he does, and he's happy doing that. And people like Dave, the country would come to a standstill without people like Dave. And when I say just a labourer, because that's what he wants to be, a labourer, just a labourer, yeah? But labourers are key members of staff in all companies, yeah? It might be a cog, it might only be a small cog, but that cog really is a big cog when it comes to getting work done. And without him, DTM would be a little bit lost, and other people like him. Big Dave, I love Big Dave anyway. Well, these are the plates for the second attachment for Jones Brothers. That is the arrow head. It'll be at the top end of the ivy. Don't mention that Mike we're going to come down and put a sign up. Well, that's his sign that he's put up. Brilliant guy. Best backup service you could ever need from any company, put it that way. We'd be lost without this plasma, and he's made it so much easier for us. The process of learning how to use it, etc. So these attachments will be painted yellow. That's why Dean's just giving that a good wire brush up before that gets welded to the plate. Frank's coming on leap and bounds now with his welding. Really impressed with his performance. Try and keep that extraction as close to the fumes as possible. You can see there that nothing much is escaping from around him, can't you? And that's only the smart fill one. That's the 240 one. The other one's got more power. You can't fault that welding, can you? I think everybody knew when we took Frank on that he was going to be a good lad. You could just tell by his attitude towards work and the way he does things. So a load of new merch for the lads come in, so I'll be giving that out by the end of the day today. Just t-shirts and hoodies for now and hats. Okay, so whilst the boys are doing the aluminium sides on the body, I've just had a phone call about another Merlo. Now then, if you remember a few videos back, many months ago now, we went down south to do a Merlo, didn't we? This is actually a bigger machine, whereas the other one had a rod coming out here that went into the headstock. Now then, this is actually its second stick on this machine. It's only a 2023 machine. This has done less than 1,000 hours, this stick. So, if it's not going to get covered under warranty, which I don't think it is, because the machine itself has just come out of warranty. But just think about this for a second. So, the machine's come out of warranty, but the stick's only less than 12 months old. So really the stick should still be in warranty in my eyes. But I'm going to give them a price to repair it anyway. Okay, so let's just have a look at how it's actually made. And again, once again, it steps down from about 10mm to 6mm material thickness. And then they got this like little backing plate in here, which has actually a factory fit thing that on the bigger booms. That has come from factory like that. So it's not like they've took the stick out on the last one that broke, fixed it and put this one back in. This is actually a new stick that Merlo's fitted. So I'll work a price out for repairing this. We will do it better than that. This was a clean break. There was no rust spots anywhere when it broke. I've seen the pictures from when it actually broke. You know, it's gone through the material 5 days ago now. So we jumped on it. The machine was down 16 weeks, I think they said last time, to get a stick done. So they don't want to be waiting 16 weeks for another stick and having to hire machines in. So it's either Merlo going to sort it on the warranty, pretty rapid for these guys, and give them a machine whilst they do that, or we're going to fix it. So that's where we're at. Interesting. We'll have to repair some of these hydraulic pipes, replace them. There's chaff underneath this side here quite badly. So they'll have to be replaced. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there could be a pain, depending how far down the stick they go, which all the way, I'd say. So the bucket is actually over here that was on it. Material in it. Just going through a recycling plant, and yeah, quite surprised on a 23 plate, to be honest. Well, this could be an interesting job, and it's not far from us, so we could get this transported down to the workshop rather than just doing it on site, and we can repair it at our leisure. Take the headstock off, and away we go. If we do get the job, we'll go into more detail on how I would repair this in my way. So I'll take some dimensions back to the workshop. Right, so we're just landing back at the workshop, and this roll on roll off flatbed has turned up from Moorfield plant. Now then, it needs both C-sections, both runners at the bottom. They're both completely mangled, replacing. So what we'll have to do, we'll have to get that in the workshop at some point, flip it over so we can get the runners off. I'll order some PFC in for that and some flat bars to go on the bottom. Now then, it's absolutely manic at the moment. So we've got Tom in 28 Fab giving us a lift. I'm getting another lad started tomorrow giving us a lift for a week. Dan's got a rake of steel, we've got to go out. It's got to go out. Let's see where they're up to with the truck and the 2 attachments for Jones Brothers. Might be a bit loud, but we're a bit busy, so it is what it is. Plasma's running flat out. We've got about 6 sheets to cut of 10mm there. We've got a 203, 46 just come in. We need 1600mm off that for our attachment that we're going to make, and then the rest of it's for our dam. So Frank's just marked it out there, and he's just cutting it quick grinder. instead of hanging it on saw, because we're cutting the aluminium for the body on the saw. Is what you see Tom's working on there. Dean and Frank are both doing the attachments. So this one's nearly finished now. All it needs is a couple of bolts, priming and painting yellow. And then we've got the other one running through on the bench down here. So we basically welded the hanger to a plate that we're going to weld the 203 UC to. Because of that hole in the centre, I didn't want to mess about trying to weld it to that. I thought we might as well just put another plate on it, make it 50mm, and then put the hole on the bottom with some gusset plates on. So yeah, we're running flat out, feeling a little bit under pressure because there's not enough men. And that's going to, the headboard's off now, we're going to take that up 450mm. I'm also going to get some 70mm box section to run vertical down that body where them little ribs are. I'm going to miss every other one and put a 70mm box section going upwards. At the moment we've just got 90mm box section going all the way around. The reason why I'm stepping it down is because I want to get away from that radius and set the box section in a little bit. Who's that there? So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the back door yet situation, because that's got to be sealed at the back end. So we're going to have to go up and over at the back end, back down. We'll allow that tailgate to run in it. We're going to have to put a sheet over it or a bit of rubber to try and seal it at the back end once the sheet has gone over, back and forth. So we're changing the configuration a little bit now by raising it. And with the back end on a sloping angle going in like that, that alters the configuration of that sheeting system. So very, very busy, and I'm feeling the pressure a little bit, I'll be honest. So well on, we're extending it at the moment. Cal's using the MIG there, Ali MIG, and we're using the TIG set as well. So the back end, we were hoping that we'd get away with that as the sheet arm goes over and lands. I thought that'd be enough. But I've just been on to Gavin, I've sent him a little video of that setup there, and he wants that back end as high as possible. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to extend the tailgate and lift that mounting plate up there, extend our frame out and down on an angle, and then bolt that back on further up. But the tailgate, you're always better extending the tailgate from the top, keep that bottom as it is, but it's all bent and twisted up there, so we're going to have to cut it down about 300mm, cut it straight across, put another box section in, and then another box section frame above that with some stiffeners in it, and reuse them hinges on them brackets, which gives us quite a bit more work, to be fair. In turn, a new price. So I'm just going to price that back end up now, that back corner, and I didn't expect to be extending that back door anyway. But it is what it is. We've got to get it done for the customer, Gav. They're coming on nicely now. The Jones brothers. Well, I'll have to reuse this sheet tray as well at the front end. Weld that back on at the top up there, which will be a little bit high, but the sheet will have to sit in that. Otherwise, if we put the sheet just below into that front box section, which I was thinking of doing, into that area there, when you think about it, when they come to load with the loading shovel, they could load onto the sheet. So we're better keeping the sheet tray up out of the way. How's that MIG working, Cal? Good? So we're on the X5P fast MIG on the Ali. Beautiful, works bang on. So the body is bored out about 100 mil, so can you see how they've got a chain block on it there and they're pulling it in. It was either lengthen that or make a whole new back door, so it's cheaper to, you see how it's all buckled in at the top there. We'll have to cut all that badness out really. As you will see. Gav didn't want it to be too expensive, keep costs down and just do it as quick and as not bothered how it looks. Just make sure it'll take the weight bars, but we want it to look right at the same time, don't we? Aluminium ain't cheap these days, I'll tell you that. So I'll just flip the flat body over to Muirfield plant. We're changing the C-sections running down the centre. And we're having to cut them to bits all around the cross members as they are welded on this underside, which makes it a little bit hard work. You can see how we're cutting it out. Once we get it cut out, then we'll cut that bit across there. All these cross members really need replacing, they're all bent. But Arch just wants a quick job doing on it, so a quick job is what we'll do. Another one of my new lads, in a bit for us there. Introduce you to him further down the line. See how they're all bent up in the middle. If we're on site now with Digger, we could give them a belt and push them down. Try and get a little bit out of him, but especially this back one. When we put them C-sections back on now, they're going to be like leaned over a bit, aren't they? So we'll just have to like keep them square. I'm not too sure yet, just wait till we put them back on. The C-sections have just been delivered in from Advanced Steel. 2 14-metre lengths, because we've got 2 flatbeds to do. These just cut them to size with grinder, and we've got blue out using the van today. So we'll get a little time lapse set up on that. And now I'm going to go and get some more aluminium for the boys. They need some more aluminium on the body for DNT, and then I'm going to go over and see the Hyundai machine, the 50 tonner that we're building the bucket for, because I've got to measure up for a set of track guards. So I'm just heading over to Hyundai with the director. We're going to go and look at this new 50 tonner for the riddle bucket and the track guards. So we'll get the camera back out when we get over to, I think it's Manchester way. So here we are at HES Enterprises. We've come to look at a Hyundai, because this is a Hyundai dealer. But we've come to look at the biggest one in the yard, which is this HX 480. Now then, we're going to measure the track frame up for the track guards. And this is the one that the riddle bucket's going on. So we'll find out a little bit more information about the hitch. That's Max in the machine. He's just going to slew it round for us so we can measure the back corner. So we can come up off the track motor again, and we'll come from the track frame at this end. A little bit like Howard's big ball wall. Got 600mm wide pads. Looks like it's got double thick grousers on it, so we'll go a little bit higher with the track guards on this, because it could be a little bit more aggressive with bounce on site. How you doing, Max? Not bad, mate. You good?
Yeah, not so bad.
Looks well, doesn't it?
It's a bit of a lump, isn't she?
It looks well. It looks well. When do you think it'll be ready to be going out?
Right, a crystal ball. All we're waiting for now is the hitch. Is the hitch.
Yeah. That's always. It's always an issue with the hitch, isn't it? Always on all machines.
He's having a bit of a, I won't call it an oddball, but a mismatch hitch. So he's getting a custom-made one. So that's just put it back a little bit. If it was off the shelf, then we'd be able to.
So that hitch is definitely going to. That's the same measurements as the attachments that he's already got.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's using attachments there, so he's giving me their measurements. So it's going to be making it to how he wants it.
Because obviously our hangers, we've already designed them to the other attachments that he's already got.
Measure twice, cut once.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one, pal. So we'll have a good measure up here now. Have you got any Hyundai Grey kicking about?
Yes.
That I could take back with?
Yeah, of course.
Have you?
Yeah.
Top man. What's this, Max?
It's an old hot plate. It's before my time, to be honest with you.
I'll tell you something, that looks quite interesting.
Yeah, it was, I think it was one that my granddad actually sold over to the Isle of Man. And it was working dockside loading up scrap boats.
Yeah.
And my dad, it's my dad's project, to be honest with you. It's not something I've got massively involved with.
I've never seen it like that before.
Yeah, it's
quite cool, isn't it?
It's interesting, yeah, with the two-piece boom on it.
Split boom.
Yeah, it's a old school style of controls as well. But yeah, it came up for
three-wheel rubber duck. Never seen one.
Yeah, it came up for us to buy it, and he said, I can't let that go. We've actually got a cab up there. I don't know if you can see it on top of the racking.
Right, yeah.
He's like completely remade the cab, so it's one of them. When you've got time to do it, we can put someone on it. But we've been busy, so
if you need any welder doing, give us a shout.
That's it, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Right,
that's it.
Right, we'll have a measure up of this track frame. So they've even got the original grab for this puck lane. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I think it's French. Let us know within the comments if it is a French machine. But I bet that would fire up straight away, Max. If you plumb that up, I bet that'd fire up straight away and work.
It's been a few years, but yeah.
You can just tell by looking at it.
I mean, they'll be seized. The Rams will be
but there's no. You'd expect a bigger play or something, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's probably good steel. Not like that you can buy these days.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's just show you what I'm talking about with the track guards. How we do it, how I do it. Not how other people do it, but I'll show you how I do it. For those of you that haven't seen it before, that is, because you'll have seen them on plenty of other machines. So basically at the drive end, we can just come up here with a plate on a bit of an angle. It drops 40mm at that, over 250mm. So we can make that plate, put the holes in it, and we can make the side plate for the guard to go over. We're also going to put tread plates on the top, like we do with the last one. The tread plate with our logo on it, WELDERFABBER. At the idler end here, we'll just connect to the track frame. We'll come in about 100mm, 150mm. I want it about 700mm from the end to the centre of the track guard. So it'll be about here, two plates coming up, flat plate on top, little plate on top, 3 holes up and over. Straightforward enough. So we've got a bit of grey here. we'll prime them and paint them grey, and then we'll do the red writing in the tread plate. Cheers for that, Max, by the way. Thanks very much. Right, pal.
Tell me, baby, what you waiting for? You're my world that you need. And if only you would let me in. Drive me crazy, you got me.
So that's the little attachments done for Jones Brothers. And what a good job Frank has done. Did you enjoy doing them, Frank?
Yeah, they've been brilliant to be fair.
Liked it.
New crane. Been an absolute doddle with that thing, it's great. Been fantastic, that thing, it's great. Lloyd's Beale done a great job there.
So much easier with crane on the bench.
Big heavy job like it.
See, that's why we need an overhead crane at workshop. Honestly, it makes things so much easier. So there's just a couple of bolts to go in that cradle, isn't there? They're coming today, then bolts to that cradle, yeah? So they're all buttoned up now. If you get them outside, Frank, yeah? As soon as them bolts come, put them in, torque them up. And then I think they're coming to pick these up tomorrow. All right, pal. The NT wagon. We're getting there now. Cal's just on with the sheet tray. 28's welding up the inside. So we've made a new sheet tray, as the old sheet tray would be too high up, in my opinion. It'd just look daft. If we was to put a sheet tray on top of that up there now, that there. So if you can imagine that shape on top of that box section up there. One, it's just going to catch the wind in it, it's going to be a big drag, and two, it's going to look daft. So we're making a sheet tray that'll sit in front and stay in line with that top box section, drop down just in front of the exhaust, back in. And then the sheet will roll up in there, come back up and over. We'll just extend these sheet arms a little bit, I'm hoping that the configuration that I've worked out will sit just nicely, so that'll go to the back door as we remount the back door. The back door's in bad shape to be fair. So there's a couple of options here, because we want to keep the cost down. Either cut it and extend it, or leave the top end as it is, or we take the hinges off, cut it and extend it. Doing that, it'll be a much better job, but it'll be more costly. So I'm not too sure which way around I'm going to do it just yet. I just thought we'll get the body done and then we'll do the tailgate last. As long as it's solid and seals, that's all that matters. Gavin's not really bothered what it looks like, but I am. It needs to look right if it goes out of this workshop. Anything with my name on it's got to look right. So the boys outside on the flatbed. The top rail, bottom rail, look, top rail as it's sat now. Move this side loader and put them down there, Frank, yeah? Put it in front of that side loader, put that side loader in front of the containers for now. Alright, pal. Right, so if you look down that, can we see the bow in it?
Yeah.
We've got a big bow. What I'm thinking of doing, yeah, we'll just box it up, weld it all up, put another channel in here now.
Yeah.
I'll get Archie to pick it up, we'll take it to site and give it a belt with a machine. Yeah, if I had a machine here now, I'll straighten that in 2 seconds. Other than that, we're just going to be messing about with chain blocks and stuff, trying to pull it straight. Wasting time. Sometimes you just got to be a little bit rough to get the job done. You see the bow in that? The key's on top of the battery charger. We're going to straighten this rail at this side. As it's only this little section here that's bored down, you see, it's bent down. We'll get a pepper pot on that back edge, get some big stillage on it and straighten that up. Nice and straightforward. You see how we put them plates in there? That's because we can't get any welds underneath here. Now then, if you were to take the sheets out, you get underneath, but if you're taking the sheets out, you might as well replace these cross members, you might as well make a new flatbed. Well, the quickest way is to take it off and put plates in like that, and that gets hold of the C-section nice and strong. Oh, it's all go once again this morning at WELDERFABBER. So we've come to the end of a chapter, and that is still bent. So what we're going to do, we're going to take that up to Archie's yard, we're going to flip it back over and push it back down with a machine, which you will see in the next chapter. There is actually another one of them just turned up for repair that we'll flip over and these boys can crack on with later on. Oh, by the way, the podcast did come out on Wednesday and I've watched it back and I am actually quite pleased on what I said, but there is still a big story to tell. I think the next podcast may be me, the director, and Dan from DTM. So yeah, I think we'll start the next chapter straightening this flatbed out. So I'd like to say a massive thanks for all the comments, by the way, on the podcast and all my DMs within Instagram. Appreciate it all, guys. Cheers, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.